How long does it take prednisone to work? Is it like your grandma always said, a watched pot never boils? How long does it take to work? I'm Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist, and I'm here to answer that question for you today. Let me put the pot down. So, first, since I'm a pharmacist, I'm going to cover the boring part about the drug itself, and then I'll answer the more exciting part, probably the real question you have at the end. So, first, prednisone is absorbed once you swallow it in like an hour to 2 hours is when it's like kicked in. And then the half-life is 3 to 4 hours. So it's out of your system within a day. For most people, at least. It all depends. But when is it going to actually do its job? The reason you're taking it, right? So first I'm going to tell you my story. Why I took prednisone. So I had this random rash that turned into this crazy bleeding disorder. My immune system was attacking my own blood cells called platelets, killing them so I could bleed to death. It was terrible. I was this perfectly healthy person who suddenly was hospitalized and said, you can't go home for a week. What? I got kids at home. I gotta be their mommy. And they said, no, we're gonna give you this drug and you just sit here pretending like you're sick even though you don't feel sick because your immune system is attacking you. So I take the prednisone at night. That day I got diagnosed with ITP, my bleeding disorder. And they check my blood the next morning, and they check it the next morning and the next morning. And by that third day, they were like, we've watched it go up and up and up, and you're doing great. We're going to send you home in less than a week. I was like, yes, I can help my kids get their Halloween costumes on. So for me, just that one huge first dose was enough to make the prednisone start to work. But what really matters is what you're taking it for. If you're taking it for something like your immune system, like me, it really depends on what part of the immune system we're focusing on. What about breathing or joint pain? Well, is it a high enough dose? That's the other thing. So what you're taking it for, and is it enough? If the dose is high enough. So if somebody is taking it for rheumatoid arthritis and they've got pain in their joints, their wrist, their elbows, their shoulders, their knees, is it a high enough dose to get you out of your pain, to let you get out of bed, to finally walk again, to open a can? If it's a high enough dose, then it usually works pretty quickly. People say it'll just work that day and it's great. What about breathing? For asthma or COPD, if you're taking it to help cope with a flare, it usually works pretty quickly, but sometimes there's other factors, like if there's an infection, if you've got pneumonia or something like that, that might interfere. So there are factors that are at play that are really individualized and depend on so many things because prednisone can be used for so many different reasons. And I just highlighted a few. So for you, when did the prednisone start to work for you? Was it after just one dose or did it take longer? I'd love to know. You can comment below. And if you found this helpful, please like and subscribe to my channel. Signing off is Dr. Megan, your prednisone pharmacist.